Now remember, this Mahua Moitra moved the Supreme Court over her expulsion, but the Supreme Court has refused to stay the expulsion order. The bench headed by Justice Sanjeev Khanna also refused the oral request of Mahua's counsel to allow her to attend Parliament at this stage. Supreme Court has sought a response from the Secretary General of the Lok Sabha over Mahua Moitra's plea challenging her expulsion from Parliament. The top court, however, has refused to comment on the merits of the matter. The Supreme Court has posted the matter for further hearing in March. So that is the piece of breaking news that's coming in. No relief for Mahua Moitra, who moved the Supreme Court over her expulsion from Parliament over the cash query scandal. I'm joined by my colleague Ananya Bhatnagar, who's getting us this big piece of breaking news. Ananya, take us through the details.
Well, definitely a lengthy hearing took place before the Supreme Court where Mr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi was appearing for Mahua Moitra, categorically argued that she was not given a chance to actually cross-examine these private people who had actually complained against her, which is Jayana Dehra and that particular businessman Hiranandani. Not only this, she also went on to say that, the opposition MPs have been given the report very, very late, almost at a time when half of the discussion on her expulsion had already happened in the Parliament. These were the charges why Mahua Moitra was actually seeking a kind of a relief from the Supreme Court, but the Solicitor General of India came in on behalf of the Lok Sabha Secretariat and the Secretary General of the Lok Sabha, very, very categorically arguing that this is a matter of national security and there is a very little scope when it comes to the judicial review of the parliamentary body. Not only this, he was also opposing a notice being issued in this particular case. However, the Lok Sabha Secretary General has been asked to submit a response within 3 weeks from now, and the matter would be heard in March. But oral request was made by Mr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi that Mahua Moitra, in kind of an interim relief, shall be allowed to participate in the parliamentary proceedings because the budget session is to begin very, very soon, and that's exactly what the Supreme Court has actually denied her. No kind of a stay also has been granted by the Supreme Court. All the issues have been kept open, whether it's with regards to the judicial review taking place or with regards to how these proceedings have actually taken place in the Parliament of India. So we'll have to wait and watch for as to what happens next, but at this point of time, no stay. Mahua Moitra cannot actually participate in the parliamentary proceedings at this point of time. She still remains expelled from the Parliament of India. And a very, very important thing, Ayushman, tomorrow was the date of the hearing before the Delhi High Court with regards to she being asked to vacate her house till February 1. So whether or not the High Court would be entering into that domain, because on the last occasion when this petition was filed before the Delhi High Court, the High Court had said that it will wait for the Supreme Court to actually listen to her petition with regards to the expulsion from Parliament, and if at all a stay would be granted, then Mahua can actually seek a relief. But at this point of time, no kind of a stay has been given by the Supreme Court. And not only this, but she is also not being allowed to go into the Parliament and participate in the parliamentary proceeding. No kind of an interim relief at this stage has been granted to Mahua Moitra. The Supreme Court not going into the merits at this point of time. The response has been sought from the Lok Sabha Secretariat, and the hearing in the matter would be continuing in March this year.
Right. Thank you, Ananya, for getting us the latest. No relief for Mahua Moitra, who had moved the Supreme Court against the expulsion order. This case will now be heard in March. We will continue to track all the developments which are coming in. For now, a quick break. More news and updates on the other side.